a very nice gun. It's still gonna do really well. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh no, not an aid. Hey, get out of here. So hello gamers, welcome to a now ongoing series where I look at guns that were completely rebalanced and reworked to the point where they're basically new guns. The last video we did was the SR3M. This one is the M107. If you guys are enjoying, please like and sub. Let's go for 2,000 likes on this. I think that's possible, I don't know. And comment which gun I should do next because I have a lot of options like the AS Val, the PPK-12, a lot of different things. But yeah, this change is not that big when you really think about it. The only change the M107 actually experienced was a little bit of reduction in RPM, which is from 80 to 50, which is actually a pretty big difference. Other than that, the gun is exactly the same. Didn't change damage ranges, didn't change velocity, didn't change damage. It's still torso kills all ranges, has the same velocity and everything. So you're probably like, okay, that's not a big deal. This change is massive. I'm not joking. I'll show you the difference in RPM because it is massive. Before, I could probably shoot this before it came back down, and as you can see, I'm not able to actually, I'm clicking, you can probably hear it. It's not like anywhere near as fast as it was before. Before, I could actually shoot it before it got completely down. Now, you're basically limited in how fast you can shoot this thing, because the thing before that made this thing so powerful is that basically, like, yes, I gotta take this long to go back down and then I can shoot again, right? But if I just do this, then I can immediately start shooting again. And also, 80 RPM means you'll never accidentally misclick, and you'll just always hit your shots. It's ridiculous. But I would say this nerf is a very good step in the right direction. I don't know if this is gonna be the final nerf this gets. In this state, I'm kind of happy with it. It is definitely still very strong. Even after the nerf, I think it might still be the best gun in the game. Well, the best sniper in the game, but still. This does make it a lot closer to the other guns in the sniper category. However, I don't know if this is going to be topped by a different gun at this point. It was interesting when they were experimenting with the SVDS and increasing the RPM to 70, which would have made it 20 more RPM than the M107, which is really interesting because before it actually had 20 less RPM than the M107. Now it has 10 more, which is definitely good. I remember in my video on the M107, I was like, why does it shoot faster than the SVDS? Now the SVDS shoots faster, so the M107 is no longer a technically direct upgrade to the SVDS, because before it was just a torso kill all ranges SVDS. I mean, the handling sucked, but it had more RPM, it could torso kill all ranges, it had more pen, it had more muzzle velocity. Other than like handling and reload stats, and I guess recoil, this used to be insane, but now it's actually like, it's still really good. This gun I don't think is going to be as used and as abused. Players like me who use this as a DMR, it's not going to be as good for them. And I really like using this thing. I have like 900 kills on it now, because after I unlocked it, I was like, this is actually kind of fun. That doesn't mean I don't want it to get nerfed though. It's like, if my favorite gun was super broken and it got a nerf, I would be fine with it. Like, I really like using the M107. It's a really funny gun to use as a DMR, but it deserved a nerf. This actually makes it so using a sniper scope, you're more inclined to do so, I guess, because now that it shoots like intervention speed, like a little bit faster than an intervention, it's going to be a little bit more of like a tap fire gun versus like a DMR that you just like basically point and click and like just kill them. Same with like intervention and TRG. Maybe not TRG as much anymore because TRG got a nerf, which I should probably make a video on the TRG nerf. I think that'll be final since the TRG was super good. I used it a lot before it got buffed, and then when it got buffed, I was like, I think it was because it shot a little bit too slow for my liking, and I wanted to use intervention, and I feel like it's balanced with the intervention, but the intervention didn't get nerfed, so I don't know. It did have the limb kill range, which is like a big enough upside on its own, basically, so I don't know. It's really up to personal preference. I feel like all the snipers can like one-shot a little bit too far at this point. The meta right now is not the headshot kill guns. Like, if none of the guns had a torso kill range, the Steyr Scout would be the best gun in the game, but nobody uses the Steyr Scout because why would you like read a 4-hit when you can just one-shot a guy? You know, you don't shoot quite as fast, but just use like the Mosin. The Mosin is just a Steyr Scout, but it like 2 shots to the body. Unless it's the Farged, then use the Farged. Yeah, this map sucks. I'm not finding anybody. I'm going 4-1, but like, ooh. Yeah, this is still really good, but I can definitely tell it's not gonna have the same killing potential. You gotta wait a little bit longer to shoot every single time. It's gonna be like this long, which is like, it's a decent amount. If we use the WA2K with the muffler, this is one different from the old M107. This is the old M107. It would just do this, which is like very, very fast, as you can tell. Just pull a SVDS and like move out of aim down sights, and then boom, like you just fix the gun. But speaking of the SVDS and the M107 are like almost balanced at this point. Since the SVDS now shoots faster, it also has way better handling. Like the M107, the only real big problem for me was like, of course the torso kill ranges is crazy, but the big M107 problem was definitely the RPM mixed with that. The thing that makes the Hecate and the BFG not very good, it does one-shot torso all ranges and one-shot limb pretty far, but that doesn't make up for the fact that it has 16 RPM. The M107 could shoot its entire default size mag in the time it took to shoot like twice with the BFG, which is just unfair, unbalanced. You know, now it's a little bit better. So muzzle booster still works on this gun, but instead of making it go from like 80 to 90, it goes from 50 to 54, which is not going to be a big difference, and the recoil is like crazy now. Muzzle booster wasn't even meta on that M107 before, even when it had a bigger upside, but now that it has a smaller like difference in RPM, like 4 RPM is not a big enough difference. M107 is the only semi-auto sniper that I don't really think it's that good on. And yes, this gun didn't get rebalanced, it just got straight up nerfed. Like I said, none of the other stats got changed. Unlike the SR3M from my last video on this series, this removes the DMR type thing that you could do with it, and it's like, people are going to say, oh, well, that removes the skill because now you can only tap fire with it, and now you can't use it as a DMR. Well, here's the thing, it's still going to be very good, and also using it as a DMR wasn't that difficult. Like right now, I'm pretty much using the max recoil setup. I'm using skeleton grip and muzzle booster, and the recoil is not that difficult to control. I'm getting it back down in like, you know, no time at all. I could have shot again if I wanted to, but I can't. I'm physically unable with the new RPM of the gun. But as you can see, like, this is still a very nice gun. It's still going to do really well. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, no, not an aid. Hey, get out of here. And should you pre-buy this gun? To begin with, I don't think pre-buying this gun is a good idea. Not because I don't like when low ranks buy like high rank guns. If you really want to get the gun, it's fine. I respect it. Like, I pre-bought a ton of guns. I pre-bought both the SVDS and the SCAR SSR, which are like, people say that they're similar guns. They're not really, but I remember hearing like, oh yeah, the SVDS is just a better SCAR SSR. And you can't even say it's a better SVU. You can't say any of them are objectively better than each other. I would say that the SVDS... What is this guy doing? I would say the SVDS is probably the best of those guns. Like I said in my SVDS versus SVU video from a while ago, which is one of my favorite videos on my channel, at a very specific range, the SVU and the SVDS are actually the same hits to kill, but the SVU has the same velocity and actually can have more due to it having a long barrel, and, you know, it has more RPM. So basically, the SVU is an objectively better SVDS at certain points. It also has a lower recoil and stuff, but this video is not about those guns. Watch the video if you want to on those. I probably already put it in the top right of the screen. The hecate preserves its damage better over range. They have the same muzzle velocity and pen and everything like that. The only difference between these two is the M107, even at this point in the game, still has about double the RPM of the hecate. The only advantages of this one is the better damage preservation, I guess. The fact you don't have to worry about recoil as much, just due to the fact that you're going to bolt and take forever, and I guess the bigger default mag, and I guess like faster handling and reloads. But let's be real, the hecate is kind of slow anyways, holy. But don't get me wrong, this is not by far a bad gun. I can really pop off with this. It's like a lot easier to use with the scope. Let's end off the video by using the M107 with the scope, which is going to be interesting because I don't really use it with the scope. Should probably not be using muzzle booster when I'm using the scope. Oh my... Okay, that's too much. Oh yeah, another thing, muffler and oil filter on the M107 they went from being okay to being like completely unviable because they give you like intervention RPM now. It's like, okay, you can't really lose any more RPM. Otherwise, this thing is going to be like, you want to keep as much RPM as possible. I don't think I've ever really liked this thing with the scope. Like, it's really good with the scope, but I really like just using it as a DMR, and it's also really fun to use in CQC. Let me know in the comments, though, if you're an M107 user, you use, like, a Plague Insight. Oh, dude, can everybody just stop shooting at me? I'm trying to get kills, bro. Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh. This dude is gonna spawn on me immediately. Yes, hello, hi. Yes, you're in the video now. Stop. No. Stop it. I'm on 1 HP and I'm getting bullied. Oh. What? Anyways, though, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.